Well, hey Dabblers, as you can see, it's that time of year again for our Winter Beer Dabbler Festival. So we're about to run through all of the things that you need to know on event day, whether this is your first Beer Dabbler event or you've been to dozens. Let's get started. Now, one thing we take very seriously with our events is you getting home safely, which is why we've set up a designated rideshare drop-off and pickup location at 1312 Cosgrove Street in St. Paul. It's also the address for the Admin 2 building, so there will also be signs all throughout the event to help you get to your drop-off and pickup location. If you bought an early access ticket, gates will open for you at 2 o'clock, following general admission gates at 3 o'clock. The event will then go until 6:30, with sampling being cut off promptly at 6:30 and guests asked to leave the grounds right after that. We have 3 pre-wristbanding parties happen at these locations prior to the event. Go ahead, stop in at one of those, get your ID checked, get your wristband on your wrist, and you can skip those pesky lines once you get to the event. We get it. I know, the state fairgrounds usually brings with it a certain level of parking stress. But remember, this is not the state fair. It's a big event, but not that big. So you will find an abundance of parking just north of the Midway, and also check out one of those 3 pre-wristing party locations who will be offering shuttle services to and from the location. You gotta have an ID to get into the event. We will accept one of the following forms of ID, and that's a driver's license, a state ID card, a passport, active military ID, or a tribal ID. Yes, you can transfer your ticket to somebody else, and the easiest way to do this is simply just emailing them your digital ticket. And if you got a hard stock ticket, just hand it on over. Not a big deal. Your name's not on the ticket. Don't worry about it. Just give it to them. Be a good friend. Be sure to exit through the main gate where you came in. That is the only place where you can get a hand stamp to allow your re-entry. It's a beer festival, so no, nobody under the age of 21 is allowed to do the event. And in terms of animals, only certified service animals will be admitted into the event. Yes, you can bring a bag of any size into the event, but just know that they will be subject to inspection prior to you entering the event grounds. Yes, you absolutely can bring your own food in the form of a snack list, which is, if you can't fill in the gaps, it's just food on a string that goes around your neck. You can have little sausages, you could have Cheez-Its, you could have pretzels, you could have whatever you want. I've seen rotisserie chickens thrown around some people's necks. Bring your own snack list, but if you don't want to go through all the effort, there will be 16 different food trucks slinging all sorts of beer festival favorites. However, you do have to pay for those. Water is a hugely important part of these festivals, so feel free to bring in your own water in a sealed bottle. Otherwise, bring in your own water bottle empty, and there will be water filling stations throughout the event. It's a beer festival, so we put bathrooms at a pretty high level of importance. That being said, you can stand in the middle of the event, turn your head 180 degrees, and probably see about 200 different porta potties. We've seen some things go kind of sideways at these events, so first aid is always available. Be sure to find an event volunteer wearing a light blue hat, and they will get you the help that you need. It's Minnesota in February. Enough said. But if there's still some confusion out there, we have found it very helpful to wear as much polyester and wool as possible. Layer up, especially a good solid polyester base layer. Do not wear cotton, because as we say, cotton is rotten. Cotton holds in the cold, it keeps out the warmth, and it keeps you chilled all day. Cotton is rotten. In addition to that, waterproof boots. It's gonna be snowy, it's gonna be watery, it might even be icy. So protect your feet, because nothing ruins a great event like some soggy socks. And lastly, we definitely suggest putting some hand warmers in your coat pockets for that extra little bump of heat to get you through the event. Again, it's February in Minnesota. It's a high likelihood that the weather's not gonna be great, but that's the fun of it, right? However, this is a rain, snow, sleet, or shine event, so no exchanges or refunds will be given out for any weather-related situations. We get it, it's a big event. There's a lot to see, a lot to do. However, right now you can go download the Beer Dabbler app from the App Store, which will outline all the different breweries, the different beers, where they're at, and all the other fun things to do at the event. Download it right now at this link. It looks like this, the icon right here. Well, folks, we are so excited to have you back for another Winter Beer Dabbler. Tickets are still available, early access, general admission, and designated driver, so get yours before they're gone. Cheers.